During the 19th century, the Ottoman Empire was in decline and had already given Egypt considerable autonomy after revolts. Meanwhile, European nations were quickly moving into Africa, and after the creation of the Suez Canal, Egypt was a key region. Ottoman Egypt also controlled the Sudan and were imposing heavy taxes on its people, and the British, who were a dominant force in a bankrupt Egyptian government, were forcing them to clamp down on the slave trade. Both of these angered a cleric named Muhammad Ahmad, who proclaimed himself Mahdi, the reclaimer of Islam, gathered supporters, and led a revolt against the Turkish oppressor in 1881. Egypt was having its own rebellions, so they could only fight back in 1883, but they were quickly defeated, and their lost weapons strengthened the Mahdists. The British were unwilling to fight a costly war, so sent General Gordon to help evacuate the Egyptians from Sudan. But in Khartoum, he became unwilling to sacrifice the city to the Mahdists so easily. The Mahdists pushed north, besieged Khartoum, and Gordon requested relief columns to be sent. Although the government was initially unwilling to do so, public opinion forced them to oblige. But the relief column arrived just 2 days too late. The city had fallen after a year-long siege in January 1885. During the short period of peace, the Mahdists died, only months after capturing Khartoum, and the explorer Henry Morton Stanley rescued a governor, Amin Pasha, in the south of Sudan. However, the Mahdists launched a series of attacks on Ethiopia, in one killing their emperor, but ultimately they were inconclusive, and in 1894 the Italians captured the city of Kassala, expanding their Eritrean colony. It wasn't until 1896 that the British re-entered the wars. In the middle of the scramble for Africa, Kitchener moved his machine guns and troops south on newly built train lines and met the Mahdists in Omdurman, a suburb of Khartoum, and slaughtered them. The Mahdists lost around 10,000 men that day, while the British lost less than 50. More Mahdists would die after the battle as Kitchener ordered the killing of the wounded, something a young Winston Churchill witnessed and was shocked by. After throwing the Mahdist body into the Nile, the British pursued what remained of the forces south. In southern Sudan, they came across French troops in Fashoda, who were trying to assert their dominance in the region. The meeting almost ended in a war between the two powers, but ended peacefully, and Britain added one of the largest regions of Africa to its empire, where it would remain until 1957. The British also moved one step closer to realizing Cecil Rhodes's dream of controlling a stretch of land from Cape Town to Cairo, while simultaneously stopping the French ambition of connecting French Somaliland to Dakar.